The gate was silent now. No lights, no sound. The black mist in space had vanished. But Raina Cole didn't feel safe. She stood with Juno and Harris near the cold alien machine. They had survived the breach. The others had not. Dr. Ezra Malik had given his memories to the gate to close it. Raina could still hear the last whisper from the dark. You closed the door. But doors can open again. Far above the dead planet, only 3 Earth ships remained. Admiral Marcus Rain's flagship, the Leviathan, was damaged but holding. The secret Earth fleet Ghost Hammer was gone. Destroyed in the hidden war? No one on Earth would ever hear about. Rain sent a secure message to Earth Command. The gate is closed. But we discovered the truth. You knew about the first mission. You left them behind. I'm bringing survivors home, if anyone tries to stop us. We'll tell the galaxy everything. He ended the message and stared into deep space. They'll come for us now, he said quietly. Back on Earth, leaders watched Rain's transmission in silence. The council was listening to High. Chancellor Vorth sat in the shadows. His voice was cold. You were warned. Earth did not listen. Now the balance is broken. The council voted in secret. The result? Earth would no longer be protected. It was now a watched world alone. Earth Command didn't share this news with the public. Instead, they told the people, the Sector 9 threat is over. The fleet returns victorious. But not everyone believed that. When Rain, and the survivors returned to Earth, they were treated like heroes. But strange things started happening. Raina noticed it first. In the city, people she didn't know stared at her too long. Never blinked, never smiled. In her apartment, lights flickered at night. Sometimes she'd wake up with dreams of voices, calling from the dark. You were ours. You still are. One night she found a council drone outside her window. It flew. Away before she could catch it, Rain had his own troubles. The Leviathan was locked in orbit, held by Earth's own security. He wasn't allowed to speak to the press. His crew was split and reassigned. A secret team from Earth Command tried to take his files from Sector 9, but Rain had already hidden copies. He told Harris and Raina they don't want the truth getting out. Not about the gate or what's coming next. Juno had done her own research. There's something wrong, she said. People on Earth, some of them aren't acting human anymore. Raina stared at her. What do you mean? I mean, some are changing quietly, like something got inside. One evening, Juno followed a council diplomat through the lower streets of New Shanghai. The diplomat met with someone in a dark katan, Earth General. They spoke in low voices. She caught only a few words. The breach changed things. They're already here. Keep them distracted. Suddenly, Juno's cut off. Raina tried to reach her all night, no answer. The next day, Juno returned, but something was different. She smiled too easily. She said she didn't remember anything from the night before. Raina watched her leave and whispered, that's not her anymore. Meanwhile, across the world, strange events increased. People waking up with lost time, children drawing pictures of dark shapes with glowing eyes, ships reporting ghost signals in deep space coming from inside Earth's own orbit. A hacker from Mars Colony sent a hidden message to Raina. They're watching everything, even me. The breach never fully closed. It's leaking. Earth is not safe, and someone inside the council is helping them. Raina showed the message to Rain. He nodded. Then we're already at war. A war no one sees. Raina called a meeting with the survivors. Harris, Rain, and the few from the old colony. We have 2 enemies, she said. One is the council. The other is already among us. Harris agreed. We need to find the second gate. The logs said there were 2 machines. One in Sector 9. One ... somewhere on Earth. Raina clenched her fists. They opened the second. Gate no one will survive. Juno stood in the doorway. She smiled calmly. Maybe that's the future we were meant to have. Eyes glowed faintly for a moment, then faded. No one said a word. Captain Raina Cole didn't sleep that night. Juno's words kept ringing in her ears. Maybe that's the future we were meant to have. Juno had changed. Something inside her was different. She was still smiling, still walking, still talking like herself. But Reyna knew it wasn't her anymore. The next morning, Reyna met secretly with Admiral Rain and Lieutenant Harris. They sat inside an old warehouse. Far from Earth Command's eyes, Harris spoke first. "I've seen this before. Dead planet." He pulled out a small data crystal. This came from the colony's old files. Before the gate was activated, there were signs people acting strange, forgetting names, saying things they didn't remember later. Reyna nodded. "Like Juno," Rain added, "if that thing's inside people. We don't know how far it's already spread." Harris leaned forward. "That's why we have to find the second gate, before they open it." Meanwhile, on the other side of Earth, in a council-controlled zone known as Black Sector 8 something, Ancient was waking up, deep underground. A second alien machine began to glow. It was larger than the first. Older, it pulsed like a heart. A group of scientists stood nearby, but they weren't reporting to Earth Command. They were working under orders from the Shadow Council, a secret group inside the government. Their goal wasn't to close the gate, it was to open it. One of the lead scientists, Dodokyle Ren, looked nervous. "This machine responds to thought, just like the first one." An officer beside him said coldly, "Then think clearly." "It's time," Kale whispered. "What if we wake them up again?" The officer smiled. "They're already awake." He placed his hand on the machine. It lit up back in New Shanghai. Reyna received a message from a Mars-based AI codebreaker known only as Echo 9, second gate found, Black Sector 8. Deep underground, massive energy surge detected. Council. Plans full activation in 24 hours. You must stop it. Reyna looked at Rain. "That's it. We have to go now." Rain nodded. "Earth won't give us permission." Reyna smiled. "Then we don't ask." That night, Reyna, Harris, and a small team of loyal crew members stole a stealth ship from orbit. They moved in silence through the atmosphere below them, Black Sector 8, guarded, locked down. But Reyna had a plan. She remembered something Ezra Malik had said before he died. The machines respond to memory. Reyna had a memory they couldn't erase Ezra's sacrifice, and she was ready to use it inside the base. Council forces were preparing the gate for full activation. They had no idea Reyna's team had landed. They moved fast, through vents. "Security halls, silent corridors," Harris whispered. "Main gate chamber is down this path." Suddenly alarms blared. They were discovered. Council soldiers rushed in. Gunfire echoed. Reyna's team fought back using stun rounds. They didn't want to kill, but they couldn't stop. Reyna pushed forward toward the core chamber, and then she saw the second gate. It was huge, floating in the air. It's covered in glowing alien symbols. And it was open. Through the gate, Reyna saw a sky with no stars. It's a world with no light, just shapes moving in the dark. Something saw her. A shape pressed against the gate like a shadow behind. "Glass, you came to us again." Reyna stepped closer. "I'm not here to let you in. I'm here to end this." Behind her, Juno appeared. She was calm, unafraid. "Why fight?" she asked. "They offer peace. No pain, no war. Just one mind. One purpose." Reyna looked into her old friend's eyes. "You're not Juno anymore." Juno smiled. "I'm more than I was. Soon you will be too." She raised her hand and the gate pulsed. The shadow reached out, but Reyna was ready. She pulled out Ezra's data crystal. It glowed in her hand. "I have a memory," she said. "One they can't take." She slammed the crystal into the gate's console. The gate screamed. The shadows howled. Memories Ezra's love, his sacrifice, his final words rushed into the machine. The gate began to shake. Reyna shouted, "Harris, now!" Harris activated a feedback pulse. The alien symbols cracked. The gate shattered in a burst of light. The shadow screamed and vanished. Juno collapsed. Later, Reyna knelt beside her friend. Juno opened her eyes. "What happened?" Reyna smiled. "Softly, you came back. They escaped the base before it collapsed. Earth Command claimed it was an accident. power overload. The council said nothing, but Reyna knew the truth. The war was not over. The enemy was still out there, watching, waiting, and Earth still under threat. The second gate was destroyed. The shadows were gone for now, but Captain Reyna Cole knew it was not over. Back on Earth, she and her team were taken in for questioning. Earth Command said it was routine, but Reyna wasn't fooled. We're locked inside a secure building in Luna Prime, the moon's capital. Admiral Rain stood beside her. We just saved the planet, he whispered. Reyna looked at the guards. And why do we feel like prisoners? Elsewhere, in a dark room deep below council headquarters, High Chancellor Vorth watched them on a screen. They're becoming dangerous, he said. They've seen too much. A tall council agent stood next to him. They destroyed the gate. Worth's eyes narrowed. The gate was meant to open. We needed it. The agent didn't speak, Vorth continued. We had an agreement with the ones on the other side. We give them a Dorand. They leave Earth untouched. They lied, the agent said. They always lie, Vorth replied. But so do we. Back in Luna Prime, Juno was recovering. The creature inside her was gone, but it had left scars. I can feel it, she said to Reyna, like it touched my soul. Reyna placed a hand on her shoulder. You're strong. You came back. Juno shook her head. No, it left me. It's not done. It's just hiding. That night, Harris broke into a secure data room. He found files marked Operation Silent. Hand. Inside were reports, names, plans, Reyna, Rain, Juno, all listed as liabilities. And worse, he found video evidence. The council had helped activate the first gate years ago. They had sent the scientists to Sector 9, knowing what might happen. They used them as bait. Reyna's hands shook as she read the file. All this time, the council knew. They wanted contact with the shadows. Rain spoke quietly. They don't want peace. They want power. Reyna had seen enough. She hacked a comlink and broadcast the truth across Earth's private networks. Not to the government, too. The people, videos of the gates, files showing the council's secret deals, logs of the colony survivors. And a final message: we were warned to stay out. But now, Earth is under threat. The real enemy isn't in space. It's already here. The council is helping them. Within hours, Earth exploded in chaos. People protested in every major city. Leaders demanded answers. The council denied everything, but it was too late. Reyna and her team were labeled traitors. Soldiers stormed their holding room. Rain shouted, "Go. They're coming for us." Gunfire broke out in the halls. Reyna, Harris, and Juno escaped through the service tunnels. They didn't stop until they reached an old launch pad on the far side of the moon. There, hidden under crates, was a small Justi warship, the Horizon, a stolen council ship. Rigged for stealth, they climbed aboard. Rain joined them last, limping and bruised. Where to now? Juno asked. Reyna looked at the stars. Where they can't find us. In space, the horizon went dark. No signals. No lights. They were ghosts now, wanted by Earth, hunted by the council. But they had one advantage. The truth. Harris brought up a map. There's something else. A third location. Reyna raised her eyebrows. Another gate? Not exactly, Harris replied. Something bigger, older, buried in deep space. It's called the Core. Juno leaned forward. What is it? He looked at them. A machine. It's built by the ones who first made the gates. Not the shadow, someone older. Maybe the ones who fought them. Reyna's eyes lit up. Then maybe we're not alone. Back on Earth, the council met in panic. Chancellor Vorth slammed his fist on the table. She exposed us. An old council member whispered, the people will never trust us again. Vorth smiled darkly. Then we'll give them something else. To fear, he turned to a shadow in the corner of the room. Begin phase 2. The shadow stepped forward, and its eyes glowed. In deep space, something stirred. A large object, shaped like a moon, began to wake. It wasn't a moon. It was a gate world, a living machine. Its lights blinked on, and in its center, The black mist returned, but this time it whispered a name. Earth, the far above Earth, hidden in the dark, the gate world had. Fully awakened, it wasn't just a machine, it was alive. It was watching. Inside its core, the black mist moved again. This time, it wasn't waiting. It was coming. On board the horizon, Raina Cole stood in silence. Harris showed the readings. The gate world is moving slowly, heading toward Earth. It's bringing something with it. Admiral Rain clenched his fists. We warned Earth. We gave them the truth. And they still called us traitors. Raina didn't answer right away. Then she said, we're not going to wait. We stop it, or we die trying. They set a course straight for the gate world. No one else in the galaxy dared go near it. Not anymore. As they approached, they saw the truth. The surface was covered in massive scars from ancient battles. Weapons stuck out from its sides, and in its center, it's the main gate. It was open, and through it came ships, dark ships, not built by humans, not built by anything alive. They were shadows in metal form. Back on Earth, the Council made their move. Hi. Chancellor Vorth stood on every major screen. This is not a test. Earth is under attack. Enemy fleet approaching. All defense systems online. We will protect you. But it was a lie. The Council had no plan. Their secret weapons failed. Their allies turned away. And worst of all, they had no one left to trust, except the ones they betrayed. RA9, Juno, and the survivors. Inside the horizon, connected to the alien tech, she still had a link. A small one. Left from her time under the Shadow's control, I can feel them, she whispered. But I can also feel something else, something stronger. Raina looked at her. What is it? Juno smiled. Hope. They found it deep inside the gate world. A hidden chamber. A command core older than the gates. It's older than the shadows. Built by a race long gone. Raina placed her hand on the console. It lit up. A voice spoke not in words, but in emotion. You. Fight to live. That is enough. Suddenly, lights across the gate world turned blue. Juno gasped. It's switching sides. The core is choosing us, but Harris warned. The Shadow Fleet is already too close. Earth won't survive the full attack. Raina looked at the stars. Then we bring the fight to them. In orbit around Earth, Council watched as the horizon reappeared. Raina sent one last message to the people. This is Captain Raina Cole. The enemy has come, but so have we. We're not just defending Earth, we're taking back everything they stole. Humanity stands now. Together. The final battle began. The gate world turned its weapons toward the Shadow Fleet. Massive beams of light cut through the darkness. Earth's defense systems joined in lasers, missiles, plasma cannons. But the shadows were fast. They moved like smoke. They hit Earth's orbit stations. They struck Luna Prime. They cut through Earth's outer shields. But then the horizon flew into the heart of the fleet. Raina took manual control. Target the mothership. Go straight through it. Rain nodded. We'll clear the way. Juno linked with the gate world's core one last time. Her eyes glowed. This time it wasn't darkness. It was light. She screamed and sent a pulse through the Shadow Fleet. Their ships glitched, lost power, spun out of control. Raina charged. Into the center, she launched the final core bomb built from the remains of both gates. Goodbye. She whispered. The blast was blinding. The mothership exploded. The gate collapsed. The Shadow Fleet turned to smoke and vanished. Silence. Then, Earth's skies cleared. Across the world, people cried, cheered, prayed they had survived. But everything had changed. The Council was broken. Vorth was arrested by Earth Command Forces. The truth was no longer hidden. Raina, Rain Harris, and Juno returned to Earth not as traitors, but as heroes. A new Earth government was formed, one led by the people. Not secrets, not lies. Years later, Raina stood at a small monument. It read, "To those who stayed when others ran. To those who fought when others hid. To those who believed when all hope was lost, Juno walked beside her. They said, "Stay out," Reyna whispered. But Earth came anyway. Juno smiled, and Earth won. The end. The night was quiet. Some were watching TV, some were sleeping, and some were working late. No one knew that everything was about to change. In a small room, inside NASA headquarters, a young scientist named Dr. Emily Carter was staring at her computer screen. She rubbed her eyes. Coffee was cold now. She had been working for hours, listening to signals from space. Suddenly, the computer beeped. Her eyes widened. A signal. But not like the normal ones from satellites or space probes. This was different. Strange, unnatural. Emily leaned closer. The signal was repeating. It was a pattern. It almost sounded like a voice. She quickly called her boss. "Dr. Marcus Lee, sir." "You need to see this," she said, her voice shaking. Marcus walked in, holding his cup of tea. He looked tired. It's probably just static. These old machines pick up all kinds of noise. But when he heard the signal, he stopped talking. The room fell silent. The signal was clear now. A deep, strange voice. Speaking in a language they didn't understand, but there was also a translation file hidden inside the signal. Emily clicked it open. On the screen, the message appeared in simple English. "This is a warning. Destroyers are coming. You must prepare, or you will be erased." Marcus's face turned pale. "Is this a prank?" Emily shook her head. "The signal is coming from deep space." For a moment, they both just stood there, listening. The message kept repeating. "The destroyers are coming soon." The news spread across NASA. Scientists, military officials, and politicians gathered in secret meetings. The media didn't know yet. But inside those rooms, panic was growing. Some believed the message, some laughed it off. Probably some kids with a space radio, one general joked. "It could be from another country trying to scare us," a politician added. But the scientists weren't so sure. The signal wasn't bouncing off Earth's satellites. It came from deep space, far beyond the moon, far beyond Mars. And it was still coming. Over the next few days, more strange things happened. First, the observatories reported that stars were disappearing. Whole stars. Gone. As if something big, very big, was blocking the light. Then, Earth's satellites picked up strange shadows. Moving closer to the solar system, the governments tried to hide the truth. But the rumors spread like wildfire. People were scared. Some believed it was the end of the world. Some thought it was aliens. Some just ignored it and continued their lives. But in space, something was coming. 1 week later, the skies above Earth changed. It started with the moon. At first, everything looked normal. But then, a giant dark shape appeared near the moon. At first, people thought it was an asteroid, but telescopes showed the truth. It was not a rock. It was not natural. It was a ship. A ship. Bigger than any human city, made of black metal, covered in strange markings, and completely silent. The world panicked. The United Nations called for emergency meetings. Military forces across Earth went on high alert. Jets flew in the sky. Warships sailed the oceans. Missiles were ready, but deep down, everyone knew. Nothing could stop what was coming. Inside a hidden military bunker, Dr. Emily Carter stood with Captain Reyes, leader of Earth's space defense program. "They're here," Emily said quietly. Reyes nodded. The message, it was real. The screen showed the dark alien ship slowly moving closer to Earth. Suddenly, all communications went dead. Phones, internet, satellites, nothing worked. The dark ship had activated some kind of signal. Blocking everything, the world was cut off. The sky turned gray. Then, the message returned. But this time, it wasn't just a warning, it was a demand. The same deep voice spoke, now in clear English. "This is your final warning. You will surrender, or you will be erased." People around the world watched the skies with fear. Some prayed, some cried, Some prepared to fight, but most just waited, helpless. Above Earth, the dark ship hovered, blocking the stars. Humanity's final test had begun. The world was frozen with fear. Above Earth, the dark alien ship hovered like a giant shadow, blocking the stars. People looked up, eyes wide, hearts racing. No one knew what would happen next. In military bases across the world, soldiers stood ready. Fighter jets lined the runways. Submarines hid beneath the oceans. Missile systems locked onto the strange ship, but deep inside, everyone was afraid. In the hidden military bunker, Captain Reyes stood beside Dr. Emily Carter, watching the giant screens. "The signal is still jamming everything," Emily said, her voice tense. "We need to do something," Reyes replied. His eyes burned with determination. For a moment, the whole world waited, silent. Then it happened. A bright blue beam of energy shot down from the alien ship. It struck one of Earth's defense satellites. The satellite exploded into pieces, floating like dust in space. Then another and another. One by one, Earth's defense systems were being destroyed. "It's begun," Emily whispered. The first strike. Panic spread across Earth. In the city, sirens screamed. People ran for shelter. The news showed the alien ship above Earth, destroying satellites and space stations. "Is this war?" one reporter asked, shaking with fear. In space, Earth's fighter ships launched their attack. Small, fast human spacecraft flew towards the alien ship. Their mission: stop the invaders. The first wave of missiles fired. Explosions lit up the sky. But when the smoke cleared, the alien ship was still there, untouched. Its dark metal surface absorbed the attack like rain on a window. On the ground, Captain Reyes slammed his fist on the table. "Our weapons, they're useless," he growled. The alien ship fired again. This time, towards Earth. A powerful beam struck the Pacific Ocean. Water boiled. Shockwaves raced across the sea. Ships nearby were tossed like toys. The world watched in horror. In space, Earth's last line of defense, a massive battle station called. The Sentinel prepared to fire its most powerful weapon. "Charge the rail cannon," the commander ordered. The giant cannon hummed with energy. "All power to weapons," the Sentinel fired. A massive metal slug shot towards the alien ship at incredible speed. For a moment, it looked like it might work. The slug hit the alien ship. The impact echoed across space. But then, nothing. The alien ship didn't even flinch suddenly. The alien ship released small fighter craft, sleek black and deadly. They swarmed around the Sentinel like angry wasps. Earth's pilots fought bravely. Lasers fired. Explosions filled space. But the alien fighters were too advanced. One by one, Earth's ships were destroyed. The Sentinel exploded, its burning remains falling towards Earth like shooting stars. Inside the military bunker, the screen showed the disaster. "We're losing everything," Emily whispered. Reyes clenched his jaw. "Can't give up," the alien voice returned on the speakers. "You cannot stop us. You will surrender. This is your only chance." But Reyes shook his head. "No, we are not finished." He turned to his team. "Activate the Ark." Emily's eyes widened. "But the Ark isn't ready." "We have no choice." Far beneath the ground, in a hidden underground base, the Ark prepared to awaken. It wasn't a ship, it wasn't a weapon, it was a secret human organization. Scientists, soldiers, engineers, LV, working for years in the shadows, they believed one day Earth would face a threat from beyond the stars, and that day would come. As the alien ships circled Earth, and as governments prepared to surrender, deep underground, the Ark prepared to fight back. They had technology no one else knew about. Old alien relics, prototype weapons, plans to resist. When no one else could, above the skies burned. The first strike was over. Earth had lost. The real fight was just beginning. The world was broken. Earth's defenses were destroyed. Satellites gone. Space stations shattered. Ships sunk into the oceans. The alien ship hovered in the sky, like a dark god watching its prey. The alien voice echoed across every screen, every radio, every device. You cannot win. You will surrender. Your time is over. World leaders sat in their bunkers, their faces pale. Fear filled the streets. People prayed, cried, waited, but deep underground, where no one could see, a different story was unfolding. There, humans were not ready to give up there. The Ark was preparing. Beneath the mountains of Iceland, hidden under ice and rock, was the headquarters of the Ark Earth's last secret hope. A team of scientists, engineers, and soldiers moved quickly. Screens showed alien ships. Tables were filled with blueprints and strange devices. Captain Reyes entered the room, his face calm, but his eyes full of fire. "We don't have much time," he said. Dr. Emily Carter stood beside him. "The world thinks it's over," she whispered. Reyes nodded. "Good. That means the enemy thinks the same." Emily looked around. "Do we really have a chance?" Reyes pointed to the giant metal object behind them, a sleek silver spacecraft. "Unlike anything humans had ever built, our ancestors left us more than stories," Reyes said. "They left us weapons." Emily frowned. "You mean alien technology?" Reyes smiled. "Old alien tech. Rebuilt by human hands, we call it. The Phoenix." The Phoenix wasn't an ordinary ship. It was fast, silent, and armed with experimental weapons, the kind Earth's enemies never expected. For years, the Ark had secretly collected crashed alien relics, reverse-engineered them, learned their secrets. Most people laughed at the idea of aliens, but the Ark had prepared. Just in case now, that preparation was all Earth had left. Meanwhile, far from Earth, drifting near the asteroid belt, another signal appeared. It was weak, broken, but real. A human spaceship, long thought lost, was still alive. The Dauntless, Earth's deep space exploration ship, had vanished 5 years ago now. It was sending a message in the underground base. The room fell silent as the message played. It was the voice of Commander Mason, leader of the Dauntless. "We found them. We found their weakness. But we can't get back. They're hunting us. If you hear this, fight. Never surrender." The message ended in static. Emily's heart raced. They're alive. And they found the enemies. Weakness. Reyes smiled for the first time in days. "We have a chance." The team quickly decoded the message. It spoke of a hidden flaw in the enemy's technology, a weakness in their energy shields. It wasn't much. It was hope. "The Phoenix is ready," Reyes announced. "We'll go after the Dauntless. We'll bring them home." The plan was dangerous. The alien ship still hovered near Earth. Their fighters patrolled space. The world believed the fight was over, but the Ark was about to strike back. As the Phoenix launched into the dark sky, silent and fast, the people of Earth looked up, not knowing their hidden heroes were rising above. In the shadows of space, hope was alive. In the alien ship, the commanders watched Earth. They believed the humans were broken. They believed the planet was ready to surrender. They didn't know. The hidden force was coming. The Phoenix moved silently through the darkness of space. Captain Reyes sat in the command chair, eyes sharp, mind focused. Around him, the small crew worked quickly. Their mission was clear. Find the Dauntless. Discover the enemy's weakness. Bring hope back to Earth. No mistakes. No turning back. Beside him, Dr. Emily Carter monitored the radar. "We're close to the last signal," she said. Outside the window, space looked empty, cold, silent, but they all knew. The enemy was watching. Hours passed as the Phoenix flew beyond Mars, deeper into the asteroid belt. Debris floated around them. Old rocks, broken metal, silent wreckage. Suddenly, a weak signal appeared. "It's them," Emily whispered. The crew stared at the screen. There, hidden behind a large asteroid, was the Dauntless. The ship was damaged, burn marks across its hull, pieces missing. But it was still alive. They docked quickly. Captain Reyes and Emily entered the broken ship. Inside, the lights flickered. The air was thin. The walls were covered with strange black marks like claw. Marks, but not human. They moved carefully. In the command room, they found him Commander Mason. Weak, injured, but alive you came. Mason coughed, smiling weakly. "We never leave our people behind," Reyes replied. Mason handed them a small device. "This is their weakness," he said. "We discovered. Their energy shield has a blind spot, but it only lasts seconds." Emily's eyes widened. "A weak point." Mason nodded. "A small, exposed area. Just before they fire their main weapon. Hit it, and they're vulnerable." It wasn't perfect, it wasn't easy, but it was hope. Suddenly, alarms blared across the Dauntless. "On the radar? Alien ships? They found us," Reyes said, outside. Black enemy fighters swarmed toward them. "We need to move now," Mason shouted. The Phoenix powered up. Engines roared. Shields activated. Weapons ready, Emily took her station. Her hands trembled slightly. But her eyes were steady. The enemy fighters attacked. Lasers lit up the darkness. The Phoenix dodged, weaving between asteroids. Reyes ordered fire at will. Human weapons fired back energy cannons, rail guns small, but deadly. One alien fighter exploded. Another spun out of control, but there were too many. Mason struggled to his feet. "They'll keep coming. We can't outrun them." Reyes smiled. "We're not running." Pressed a button, hidden inside. The asteroid field. Human mines activated. Explosions rocked space. Enemy ships flew straight into the trap. Debris filled the area. The Phoenix escaped, racing away with the Dauntless close behind. Inside the alien command ship, the enemy leaders watched the scene unfold. "They are clever." For primitives, one of them hissed. Another alien, taller and covered in dark armor, spoke. "Let them run. It will not save them." But deep in their eyes, there was surprise and fear. The humans were not as weak as they believed. Back on Earth, inside the Ark headquarters, the message from the Phoenix came through. Emily's voice was clear. "We found their weakness. We're coming home." Hope returned to Earth, but the fight was only beginning. High above, hidden in the shadows, the enemy's true army waited. Bigger ships, stronger weapons. A war ready to begin. But now, humans had a chance. A weakness in the shadows, and humans never give up.